Well, thanks, Natalia, again for being with me on week 3 of the Big Break Atlantis. It,
Anytime.
it was a whirlwind last night. I found it hard to keep track of things, and I'm sure, given how easy you had it for the first 2 days, this was a rude awakening for us, or for you. Tell us how the day went for you.
They went well. I mean, the end result wasn't what I planned, but I mean, the challenge was to hit a drive. I think you had 8 points altogether that you can use, and I think, can't really remember, but you get to choose the shots that you'd like to play. You can have 2 drives or 3 drives, but you also need to hit an iron shot as well as a bunker shot. So if you take all your shots, you can do it all. You can take all your shots out on the drive, or you can take all your shots out and do iron shots, or as well as a bunker. So it's your own strategy. Nobody else could show you how to play the challenge. So it's up to you. Some girls took no drives at all because they don't hit it far and they don't hit it consistent. So they did the irons and the bunker shots because they're more consistent with that. So, I mean, I hit a bad drive. Whoever won was 230. I don't remember what it is. I can hit a 3-wood and be right there. And, I mean, which was irritating at a point, but, I mean, I didn't want to waste my shots. Mm-hmm. So I just had 1 drive, and I just missed it a little bit left. But it was really windy, and I was just like, forget it. So I went to my next shot, and I hit 2 great iron shots. I had a 5 iron, because it ended up being like 150, but way into the wind. So I played about 190, and it was uphill as well. Mm-hmm. So hit 2 great iron shots, and then we went into the bunker, and I hit also 2 great bunker shots, but just some people got in within a foot. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I put it in within 2 feet or 3 feet every time, which is good. It's not a bad shot. I wasn't over the green. I wasn't, things like that. So, I mean, it was literally just strategy for that challenge. Mm-hmm. And I think I played fine. Even when my mom was watching, she's like, you hit good shots, so I'm not worried. You know what I mean? And it's true. Mm-hmm. So it proves again how it's just a game. It's not golf. It's literally a game. So
yeah. Well, I think it was Allison who said in the happy hour that she hit some really bad shots all day, but she just at the right moment had the right shot, and she was safe. And that's kind of how it went for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. I was fine with my performance, and I got thrown into the immunity challenge, and I was like, oh, okay. But it was an advantage having all those points, and that's what the game's all about. It's how many points you have, so I just use them towards my advantage.
Yeah.
And I just taught myself the next day, you're on the next show, it's a brand new day. That's all I was thinking. Regardless if I wanted to play the immunity challenge, which was very tough, or the elimination challenge. Those 3 shots were so tough. So, yeah. I was fine with my decision. Everybody's like, oh, I don't know if I would have done that, or if I would have done this. But, in my position, what would you honestly have done? You have the advantage with those points. Why not use them? It is a game. It's a game show, but a reality game show. What do you want? You know what I mean? You're using it towards your advantage. It's like it would be money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're using it towards to buy yourself out.
Yeah, well, what would you do if you had gone into elimination and got eliminated sitting with points in your pocket? What good does that do you?
Right, exactly. And would I have gone home and thought about that for the rest of my life? Yeah, I probably would have. But you don't know. You do everything on the spot. I was sitting there talking to the announcers, and I had 2 of the girls next to me. I was like, really? You have to make up that choice within those 5 seconds they ask you. Mm-hmm. And there's no doubt in my mind that I would not use that with my advantage with the points. Why wouldn't I? So just like you said, if I went home with 25 or 20 points in my pocket, what would I have thought? I would not think twice,
Yep, no, I totally agree with you. Last week, Zakia got kind of beat up over it a little bit because she was captain of the team and it got emotional. But I guarantee you now that people have seen this opportunity come up twice, every one of those girls would take the opportunity not to go into elimination if they could buy the way out. It makes sense.
Yeah, when it came to Zakia, when she bought her way out, it was a different story because she had the team already set, and then the team was in the immunity challenge. So I can see how that would be difficult because you're actually backing away from your team and kind of just leaving them hang dry, you know what I mean? But in this situation, I was by myself. I wasn't in a team or anything like that. It was the points that I collected myself, and I didn't really let anybody down, you know? So in her sense, I would be a lot more stressed out in her situation because, you know, you have two girls next to you that you met, you got close to, and then you're telling them, oh, see you later because I'm up here, I can leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And
that was way more stressful, so I'm glad I wasn't in that position, but...
Yeah. Well, I think everybody who hits that position is going to do the same thing you did, and so at the end of the day, it'll be probably hard to get to those 100 points. You're going to probably have to find some devious ways to start adding points to people's scores just so that they can get to that 100. Right,
but I mean, one challenge could be worth 50 points.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I found it I just jammed pack. I was quite exhausted watching it, and I take notes, so I was having a difficult time trying to figure out exactly what was going on. And in particularly when Selena had to pick who she did the face-off with, it didn't occur to me watching it how she was the one who got to do that until I went through everything and saw she was sort of the last one to go into the elimination. Is that how it was picked?
Pardon?
Is that how she was picked, because she was last one in to elimination?
No, because me, Christina, and Z were all the lowest points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, or not the lowest points, like the lowest points in the challenge. You know what I'm saying? When they got out of it, we all did poorly.
Okay.
All the other girls did better than we did, so we're at the bottom three is what I should say.
Okay. All right. Because I was a little confused about how come she gets to pick. But anyway, it seemed to work out. Now, I watched the Kia's interview after she was eliminated, and that is one cool, classy chick. She really impressed me with how mature she was and how good she was about talking about her competitors. You know, I liked her more then than I've liked her the whole series so far. What did you think of that?
I mean, she's a different girl. She's a good player. She's a strong player. But I mean, she has a different attitude than all the other of us did on the show, which kind of stood her out. And I mean, it's not a bad thing whatsoever. And she did. She was always positive. All the girls are positive regardless of what we have to say about each other. We're going to be positive no matter what. So that's how she was. And I mean, she showed her class when she did mention other players, and especially the one that she lost to. And that takes a lot of strength and a lot of respect to say that about anybody. So regardless if you lose, whatever positive or anything nice to say about someone you lost to, it takes a lot. So.
Yeah. Was there anything that happened during the day that we didn't get to see? They must have cut out a lot of footage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they did. Certain shots they probably didn't even put. But I don't really know. Like, I can't even think of it right now. But, I mean, there are certain shots they will always minimize, and especially a pre-shot routine. They'll make it like seem we stand 2 seconds over the golf ball, all of us. So they really condense everything. So it was a long, long day.
Yeah. Did the ladies who were in immunity talk about what happened during their time off and their playtime? Did they mention anything about what they did?
Oh, yes. They went to the water park, actually. And so they got to go into the water slide tanks, and they got to go into, I think it was like the lazy river. So it's just literally floating on a tube around the whole island. It was pretty cool. Around the whole resort. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah,
it is a beautiful place. I've been there a couple times. So. Oh,
yeah, it's gorgeous. I will go back there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, you know, this has been great. Thank you so much for taking the time and working with me on my technology challenges here.
Yeah, no problem.
Anything that you wanted to close with before we sign off?
Well, I hope everybody still stays tuned and watches the rest of the shows because there's a bunch of more surprises coming up. So
that's great. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Okay, thanks a lot again, Natalia. We'll talk to you next week.
No problem. Thanks, Gail.